answer them as well. Let's start, though, with kind of go backwards. Of the teams that are coming into the Big 12, Cincinnati, University of Houston, UCF, and Brigham Young, who among those four will benefit the most from being added by the Big 12?
That's a great question. I guess right now I'd have to say Cincinnati benefits the most because they're the ones that have a track record of success at a high level most recently. I think BYU stands to benefit as well just because it's a national brand, so to speak. I mean, they've been around. Their recruiting strategy is a little bit different for everybody. But the highest ceiling to me of the group is Houston because we know what kind of recruiting base Houston is. And the recruits that have come out of there the last, 2-3 decades and how much of a hotbed it is for all the schools. Well, for the most part, Houston has had trouble keeping some of those higher end players at home. I don't think the Cougars are necessarily going to keep 5-star prospects at home. I think that's still going to be your Alabamas of the world and currently right now Texas A&M, but they're still going to get those guys. But they're going to be able to get a higher level of guy. And they've already been, in my opinion, a pretty solid football program that shows some want to and some investment in the desire to be good. So you add that with some better talent, and I think they're stealing in the Big 12 and not being able to lose guys to TCU, to Baylor, to Texas Tech, because they have lost guys over the years because those programs were in a Power 5 conference and Houston was not. Taking that away, I think, really opens up some potential for Houston down the road.
Well, Sam, you would think, look, they had one Ed Oliver. If they had just 3 Ed Olivers, how much better would they be? Guys that are of that rating. You're not getting 9 like A&M is, but you're still getting 3 more than you had and 2 more at your peak.
Right, absolutely. And the thing the other reason I am bullish on them is because they have a staff and a head coach that has been in the Big 12 before. So you got Dana Holgerson, who had 8 years of experience at West Virginia, so he knows what a Big 12 football player looks like. Their defensive coordinator, Doug Buck, was with him at West Virginia. Shannon Dawson was with him at West Virginia. They know what Big 12 players look like. And that I actually talked to Dana yesterday. I was over there working on some preview stuff for our State of the Program stuff that's coming up here soon. And I asked Dana about his recruiting strategy. Like, are you trying to get a certain amount of the portal, a certain amount of junior college guys, a certain amount of high school guys? He goes, I'm trying to find Power 5 football players. That is the bottom line. Can this guy, that's the question for them. Can this guy play Power 5 football? And if he can, then we will consider him. And that is their strategy. And I think it's a smart one. And you're going to see them use it in 3 different ways. You're going to see them dip into the high schools. They're not going to be signing 25 high school guys. They're probably going to sign about half that. They're probably going to sign a handful of JUCOs, and then they're going to get 8, 9 guys out of the portal that you're going to see. And they've already done some this cycle. They'll do some in the next one. That's going to be a consistent part of the strategy. I think for most programs that are not at the top of the Power 5, you're not Alabama, you're not Ohio State, Texas A&M. The rest of those programs are going to employ a similar strategy because that's the way you get higher level talent that maybe you can't get out of high school is by them bouncing back to you because they washed out somewhere else.